Glenn Brinkman is on a campaign to head to the gruelling Dakar Rally in January 2024. In the lead up to that event, Glenn and the team are taking every opportunity to get as much driving experience as possible. In September 2022, Glenn entered the local legend Sunraysia Safari, a 1,200-kilometre event based in the Wentworth Shire in the South West of New South Wales. Glenn spoke to us in the workshop where his Can-Am is prepared about his experience on the Sunraysia event.
200, we're going through a gate, then turning right 90 degrees.
It didn't start off so well for us. We broke an input shaft before we even started, so we thought we were super prepared, but you know, these things are thrown at you. But they changed it in, I don't know, 40 minutes or 45 minutes, and we started at the back of the field, so not an ideal start, but yeah, we went there just to have fun, and yeah, it was probably better than I expected. I was disappointed not to miss a couple of days with the weather, but you know, I think they did really well to soldier on and keep the event going. Yeah, I look forward to doing more of those long stages. We've been getting a little bit of a touch in that with the Australian off-road, so it wasn't unusual to do an 80, 90, 100 kilometre stage. So yeah, no, I enjoy that sort of thing.
So you went straight from a Can-Am into the D-Max. So it would have been a bit of a change of machinery and the way you drive too.
Yeah, look, the D-Max is pretty predictable. It's an easy car to drive. These are a little bit more touchy, bit of body roll and that sort of thing. So jumping into the D-Max is easy, sequential gearbox and diesel, plenty of torque. It's fun to drive.
Now starting at the back of the field, that meant, of course, you're catching people in the first stage.
Yeah, oh look, I like that adrenaline side of things, which I've got to experience in off-road now, so I'm not scared of doing that anymore. No, I enjoy chasing the dust.
You made up good time on the first day. You got to the end of the first day and you're doing quite well. What did you think of the terrain out there, especially in the fact that it was so green?
Yeah, it's probably it is the first navigation type of event we've had to do where you can't just follow a road. And there was a lot of grass, so we just had to assume most people in front of us had gone the right way. But there was probably lots of time to be made if you actually were a bit smarter on navigation, which we weren't.
So we sat around for a couple of days, and then on the Saturday we had what's probably one of the longest stages that you'll ever do in a rally in Australia. It was 232 kilometres, so a decent stage. How did that all play out?
When we were driving out there, we had what we thought might have been an injector problem. So anyway, we started and it was a problem. But yeah, I was pretty excited to be doing such a long stage, and it did seem to go all right. We were, I think, 180 Ks when it finally cried enough. But and we had a few cars passing us and that. We were starting to hold people up with the problem that we had. But yeah, I can't wait to go back again next year and do it with no problems.
That's her, bud. She's all over Rover. Get her off the road, mate. And stop here. That was catastrophic. That was a rod or something. That was you done.
Now you were parked on the side of the road. What happened?
Broke the crank and broke in half. So yeah, we're not having a real good run, but we're going to persist with the diesel engine. I think it's fun. It's the way to go. It'll be reliable. I think there's things that I've done wrong that have contributed to it. So yeah, we got to video a few people going past. So it wasn't all bad. So we still got home in time and the pub was still open. So.
And what's your plans for next year? You're going to Sunraysia again?
Yep, yeah, well I've heard a rumour that Condo is going to be on, and that's what I bought that car to do, Condo and Sunraysia, so 100% those two will be on the list.